Hey everyone, welcome to Coping Wanker's Hideout. The only time when all three of us actually gather around and talk with each other.
This
And
is this is true.
this is very fucking true. And the only time Faris somewhat behaves
That is
compared to other
false.
times.
Let
It's
that
not
sink
false. God damn it.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean?
This is better than before already. I'll still take it. I'll
Uh-huh.
take this over
in. Oh,
just
Murphy
talking
wants
with
to be
him.
on the podcast.
Right.
There he goes.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that's great. Jesus Christ.
anyways, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Yeah.
I'm about to swear.
To swear? No, don't.
It's been 7
don't.
seconds.
Yeah, it's past
Has it been 10
seconds.
seconds? Can
yeah.
I swear?
Yeah, you can go for it. Anyways, yeah, welcome to Coping Makers Hideout. I'm Anas. That's Ali. That's Faris. You all know us. We're a bunch of idiots.
Oh, was I supposed to do that too?
Nah, it's just to remind.
Yes.
It's just to remind
Yes.
people. But you know,
Yeah,
it'd be
in
nice.
case the text on the fucking screen doesn't tell you
Yeah, in case
our names,
in case the text right here isn't obvious enough, you know,
or somewhere here, one of these two, I don't know.
probably here.
You guys have text?
Should have let you known, huh?
We'll fix it. We'll fix it
Yeah.
in post. We'll fix it in post.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll fix it in
Fair
post.
enough.
Yeah. The English dub of Coping Wanker's Hideout is a spectacular thing to behold. A lot of things get lost in translation, I've heard.
Oh boy, I wonder how that sounds like. I've never actually listened to the audio only.
It's interesting.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's interesting.
I think it converts pretty well.
There's only like very
Yeah.
there's like very few jokes that we do that requires someone to watch the video. But even then, I'm very quick to catch it, and I will just explain it.
Yeah.
Like when Faris pulled out like his old camera last time on the last episode, I mentioned like he just pulled out like a small little like pink camera.
And he let that shit swing.
He did.
I let
Right.
what swing?
Okay.
Who was
For
singing?
for a second, I thought he was gonna say, "I let that sink in."
Hold on, you guys. Where's the flash? I can't find the flash on this fucking guy. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Nice. He's caught us in 480p, gentlemen.
Now let that. Okay. I think we've had enough.
I think
sync
we've had
jokes
enough. Actually, on the topic of sinks, just one. I actually don't have my sink anymore in my bathroom.
What?
Yeah.
Did you not let it in?
No. If anything,
Bro
I
got
let it.
two toilets.
Yeah, I let it out. If anything, but no.
Why? Why would you do that?
The sink has that kind of like the push to like the push kind of thingy on the drain to you know like stop the water from draining. You can turn it to a small little basin for a while. That little piece of metal got stuck in there. So anytime anyone used the sink, I'd have to like scoop out the water and then just throw it away, either in the toilet bowl or just like let it just go down the drain. And that thing got stuck for so long that it rusted into like the sink drainage. So we had to take out that sink. We had to let that sink out.
Oh, brother.
We had to
This
let
guy
that.
sinks.
We had to. Let's think about that, right? Let's think about that for a bit.
Oh no, the episode title, it's all gone. Guys.
This is so bad. But no, long story short, got rid of the sink. We're gonna get a new one. That's it for sinks. That's enough.
When'd
for
you get
sinks.
rid of it though?
Why
And who
does
got
this
rid of
matter?
it? Did you take it out?
Why?
No, I didn't take it out. We have a contractor that comes in to fix the house. A few times, whatever goes broken. So we told them, hey, since you're gonna like fix up the AC and fix up some other things like the roofing and everything, could you come and just take out the sink as well? So he did,
Nice.
and he took out the sink while we were out in when I was out in Penang. So yeah.
Oh, you didn't even have to be there for it.
Yeah, I didn't have to be there for it.
Nice.
He did like 1-2 video calls, and it's just like, I took out your sink, and then we were like, cool.
Oh.
Thanks, we'll pay you afterwards.
I have your sink. He's
Bro,
holding it with
bro,
ransom.
I have your sink, bro. Pay me in advance and I'll bring you new sink, bro. I will let new sink in.
So like, do you use that restroom anymore, or like?
Yeah, I do.
How do you?
Why are we talking?
Usually, like,
I just think it's interesting, you know. So.
yeah. So like, my shower head has like the two, like the overhead like shower head, and then it has like the
lower one.
Yeah, the lower one you can like bring out wherever. So I kind of use that as like a pseudo pipe kind of thing. So yeah.
You wanted to say sink.
I actually didn't want to say sink, but you have to realize that turns the entire bathroom into a sink. When you think about it.
Mm.
And that's
Food for thought.
Food for thought. Is your bathroom just a bigger sink? Hey, Vsauce, Michael here.
I don't know. I've heard so much about your bathroom that I kind of want to see it now.
Yeah, I also
You know what?
Can we
You
get
gotta-
a picture?
Sure, I will.
The picture's right here.
I'll get a
There it
picture.
is.
Sure, yeah, whatever. I'll flash a picture of the bathroom.
It's a 4x4, all tile, even the roof, even the sides.
It's a
No
pretty tall
glass,
bathroom.
no windows.
There's
It's
windows.
all dark.
There's windows.
No crypto, no sink.
No sink.
No sink. Gosh.
What's
okay.
crazy is that there's no shit bucket. That's what's crazy.
That's the crazy
Where's
part.
your
Dan.
Splatoon, man? Where's your Splatoon?
No Splatoon.
Oh my
No
god. Oh my
Splatoon.
god. Wait. I can transition over to poop talk and I get my $5.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Have
whoa,
you-
whoa, whoa, whoa.
God.
I don't care.
No.
I'm getting my $5. Look, have you guys heard of the waffle stomper?
Please
I
tell
want
me
a
more.
waffle kill.
Yes.
To anyone's ears, I'm about to absolutely decimate with this information. The waffle stomper is when someone shits on the floor in the bathroom, right? And they need to get rid of the shit. They don't pick it up and like throw it into the fucking toilet bowl or anything, or into any sort of disposal bag. No. They curb stomp the literal piece of shit through the drainage like cover. Waffle stomping.
Thank you, whoever is giving us that $5 for being our first sponsor.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I owe you a drink.
And listen, I think you guys should watch this message.
That's a good message right there. If
It's
I were you,
definitely
I
one of-
would watch that message.
Definitely one of the messages today.
One of the messages of all time.
It's there.
It's there.
You should watch it.
It's there.
For
Yeah.
anyone's listening, I'm sorry. You should have watched it. I don't know what to tell you.
This is the Coping Wankers Hideout specialty. It's just doing this.
Mm.
Anyways, onto more like serious notes. If anyone does notice that I do sound a bit nasally, it's because I'm still recovering from a bit of my flu, and over the past few weeks, 2-3 weeks, quite an amount of people that I know have been getting sick. It's just kind of crazy. In fact, the whole reason why this episode is even delayed as it is, like it's a week late, probably. So maybe another whole week in terms of production late as well. So 2 weeks late, is because two of us got sick really badly around the same time. It's me and Ali. I heard Faris also got sick for a bit.
Yeah.
No. You guys are just a bunch of betas.
Okay.
Sorry. I think I'm sick right now, though. I think I'm getting sick. It feels like it.
He's going sicko mode.
Yeah, if you could just edit in that one sound from the
Yeah, we'll do that. He's going sicko mode.
Oh my god.
Oh my
God.
Yeah, we all got sick.
Yeah, it's just bad time.
It
Bad
is.
time, dude.
It is this bad time, but I don't know why it's like really bad, like flu season all of a sudden. Like it is so much more flu than it is any other sort of infection. Like I've barely seen any like COVID infections. It's literally just all flu. So yeah,
That
flu
is
season,
factual.
man. It's rough. It's devastating. Takes you
I
out for
mean,
like a week and a half.
literally everyone I know got sick. Yeah, pretty much everyone that I talk with on like a daily basis, they all got sick.
Yeah, it's it's crazy. So I recently like played an Overwatch tourney, right? And at one point, my entire team was essentially sick. So it's 5 of us, right, in the Overwatch team. 2 DPS players, 2 support players, 1 tank player. At some point, uh, I was already sick. Our team captain, who was one of our support players, she got sick, and our other DPS player got a bit of a cold. I think just a bit of a cold, nothing too serious. And our other support player also got another kind of like short-term cold. And our tank player tested like positive for COVID like halfway through the tourney. It was bad. It was so bad. Like the tourney itself would do these like communications like listen-ins into the teams to figure out like what their comms are like, how we're like doing our communications to get like our points and so on, right? And we were just like quiet. We saved so much of our energy, and
No
then
comms.
yeah, we just saved our energy, and then like only when it got like really intense, when the alts are starting to fly around, we're starting to formulate a plan, or there's like 1 minute left in the payload, 5 meters left in the payload, then we would start to go like kind of crazy in our comms. I was shouting more, and then by the time the round is over, I'm like a coughing fit for like 3 minutes straight. But it's like, hey, at least we won. We placed third, so I'm quite happy with that result. And if anyone was following my Instagram, I posted some highlights that I did. I popped off as a widow on my first game. Yeah, I felt pretty good.
You should see this guy snipe, man. Something's wrong with him. But
It's a long time skill.
Some sort of disorder. Man. It's some sort of disorder.
It's
a
I don't know
sniping
what
disorder.
it is.
was the thing was it a physical tourney or online?
No, it was an all online tourney. So it reaches out to people around in mostly Asia. So yeah, you have your mixes of Malaysians, you have your mixes of Filipinos, Singaporeans, and I think someone was from NA, maybe one or two of them. So yeah, it's a pretty mixed bag, and it was really fun. I got to meet like some of the players and the teams afterwards. Once the tourney was done, and they're all very cool, chill people, all very fun.
I remember you also telling me how everyone was not their ranks and how they were all pretty much
Yeah,
smurfing.
So the funny thing is that like I believe the rank like limitation, there's like a point system to limit like how much you know those like dream team games, right? You have like a certain budget to get like the players you want, or to put into your team. Yeah. That kind of system plays into a lot of like tournaments being set up online these days, especially for like big collaborations like that. So you have like maybe like you're given 10 points, right? So maybe one rank, like silver, bronze, or whatever, is like 1 point, and then your diamonds are like 3, 4, and then your grandmasters, if you want to bring in like a pro or something, they're like the maximum amount of points, like 5, 8, or something, right? They're like they're like a lot of points. So it balances out to make sure it will make sure that you won't have like 5 grandmasters in one team going against like 3 silvers, a gold, and a diamond. It's a pretty good balancing system, I'd say. So yeah. For the DPS players, a lot of them were kind of crazy. They're all pretty cracked. As far as I know, Some of them have gone semi-professional in a lot of other esports. So like I've played like Apex to a high rank, and I fought against someone who was a semi-pro in CS, and then I fought against a former pro for League. So it was like it's a mixed bag. We're all fake ranks in there. it was really funny, but you know what? They're all cool people. So yeah, it was fun. It was a fun experience.
It's interesting though. Like, why were they there? I don't.
They're
I don't understand.
because they're all also like VTubers and stuff, and they also got invited or they're recommended, and they're friends with the team captains and so on. So these how the teams are usually made because most of the time the teams that are made for these type of tournaments, it's because they have people in mind that they want to bring in. They have recommendations for players. They have friends. So like for me, I got invited as my team captain. She was just like, hey, having an Overwatch tourney, do you want to join? And I was just like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's go for it. And now I believe I think I have like 40 ringgit in terms of prize pool at third place.
Wow.
Each
That's a lot.
for each player in the team.
Yeah, no, I was gonna
That's
say
so
40
much money.
bucks divided by 5 people is kind of like.
Bro, you know
I think-
all the things I could
I
do
think.
with 40 bucks.
I wasn't really focused on the prize pool in the first phase, to be honest. I
Oh,
just
yeah,
wanted to play in the tourney. So yeah, it was fun. Also, just word of warning: if any thunder slips in through my microphone and in post, do apologize for that, because that is happening right now. There's gonna be some rain, gonna be some thunder over on my side, maybe on Ali's side as well. So yeah,
The weather do a bit of booming.
it do be
You know.
booming. Weather kind of
There's
crazy.
Some metal sheets in the bag.
Yeah, weather kind of crazy lately. It's not
Yeah.
not as sunny as I want it to be. It's a lot of raining season here, I'd feel.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. It's been going into the raining season again.
Yeah, but at least it's not raining too hard to the point where it's like flooding, because that tends to happen a lot here. But
It's getting close.
it's getting close. Yeah, you know, it will just rain one day and there'll be flash floods. Like I'm very sure of it. It's just how things are. But hey, you know, ever since we were under new government, they said they were looking at plans to figure out the flooding systems and drainage systems to be better. So yeah, hopefully that actually gets put through. You know, we never know.
Fuck, that's impossible.
Just drink the
Literally
water, guys.
impossible.
Just drink the water.
They're all just mini pools. Just enjoy
If
them.
you think about it, it's really just a big sink. It's
How
really
did we
just-
come back here? How do? Oh my
damn it.
god! I can't believe he routed back to the sink.
Purgatory.
Is this episode just gonna be like sinks? Are
Sink,
we
is
naming
this
this
it?
episode "Let That Sink In"?
It's just gonna be sink, capital sink.
Sure, we can name it something like that.
Fuck, man.
Now let that sink in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay.
Anyway, I'm just
Um,
hoping they start like unclogging all the fucking like draining system that they have there, because like literally every one of them is filled with like leaves or like dirt or something, and
Yeah.
water goes nowhere and it just
So-
stays on the streets all the time.
That would require our like the cleaning people to be more, like, I guess, structured.
Mhm.
So they would have to constantly go on their rounds and everything. Because I know,
Maybe paid a little bit better.
yeah, maybe paid a little bit better as well. Because I know, every time I see the cleaners like outside my house and everything, they're sweeping the leaves or whatever. They're getting rid of some of the trash. My mom usually, if we have like some extra fruits, extra like food or whatever, extra drinks that we have, like soda bottles and so on, we will give them stuff for their work, because you know it's a hard life being a cleaner in this country. A lot of people litter, and it's very bad. And some of these people that are out there, they have like hearts of genuine gold. They're just working hard, and you know, I don't think they get enough recognition. There was a woman when I went out to go get my medicine like for my flu about like a week ago. One of the cleaners was like standing outside the shop, right? I didn't like mind her or anything. I was more like dizzy because I was sick. I was just like, oh my god, I just want to go back home. My mom came back out from the like the grocery slash like fruit store, and she passed her like a bunch of fruits, right? And then she told my mom, it was just like, oh, thank you so much. Actually, don't have any more money for like the week because I bought a piece of chicken for the stray dog, and I turn my head, I see the stray dog is eating happily this like large piece of chicken. I was like, huh, you know, it's like she didn't have to do that,
She obviously didn't.
but she did, and it's you know, it's those kind of like genuine people that like
Hot take. Hot
to
take
meet.
incoming.
go for it.
Listen, I just think these guys aren't focused on passive income enough right now.
Oh boy.
How many businesses are they actually running? Like, think about it.
How many stocks do they own?
They
right
heard?
Like,
Have they heard?
Dividends.
now? Diamond hands. No, yeah, it's really tough, especially in like Malaysia, to be like in that industry. You know, in like in America, people that do those jobs, they get paid like a fuck ton.
Oh yeah, no. I've heard like some states, I think especially like New York, your garbage men earn buck.
Yeah, I should become a garbage man.
Yeah, like
You should.
those garbage people earn like a lot of money. Like they earn more than some like usual.
Teachers.
They earn more than some.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy to think about.
That is crazy.
Let
That's
that
actually
sink
crazy.
I fuck. This is gonna be the
Hey, my
recurring
bad,
joke.
guys. My bad.
Oh,
I'll take
God.
full responsibility for that one because I thought about not saying it, but I did. That's on
The
me.
intrusive thoughts, dude. The intrusive thoughts.
Uh,
Gotta stop him, man.
someone has to stop this man.
I wonder if being a garbage person is. I know for sure it's physically.
A garbage person. I know why he's laughing at that.
Garbage person.
Dude,
It doesn't take a lot.
I do. Okay, let me break down my thought process about why I said garbage person. At first, I was thinking trash person. But then I didn't want to say I don't want to be a trash person. So I was like, garbage man. But I was like, okay, hold on, let's slow down.
There's like no like it sounds derogatory in any shape or
Yeah.
form. I guess if you don't do like cleaner, I guess.
No.
But
I
cleaner sounds so vague to the point where it's just like, damn,
It
this
does,
cleaner earns
yeah.
a buck. It's like, I wonder what he's cleaning. Probably bodies.
Licensed bag disposal.
Yeah, there you go.
I wonder how physically taxing it is. Because, sometimes the trash that people throw, man, vile.
Oh yeah,
You deal
no.
with it after the maggots arrive and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's and
Ugh.
you have to swing the trash bag a lot. I think I see them swing the trash bag like into the back of the truck like a lot. That's just like easier than just carrying it because
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
we have a lot of trash. Like we have a lot of trash in there, and sometimes depending on whatever we consume during the it's like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, or whatever, it can be like some very light stuff. Some boxes, some like leftovers, whatever. Overall, it wouldn't be too heavy, but in some weeks, we get a bit crazy and we throw out like the glass bottles, or we throw out some bigger things that are like maybe more metal based, so they're heavy. These guys are strong. Constantly working out every day. Props.
I don't know. I like to think the mental part of it is also like very tough.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Like, doing that every day is just
Okay, well, hold
So,
on.
I don't know.
Do garbage people work every day though?
I think
I mean, maybe like each section, right? Like every day they go to a different section.
But you don't think they use different crews for different sections?
oh no,
I don't know how many of them there are.
they probably do. I don't like. I'm sure like, you know, depending on. I think we have more of a like uniform system here. I'm sure it's very very different state per state in the US, because like with how like New York is built and like going to Brooklyn and everything, it's like grids, right? The streets are like grids and everything. In comparison to the roads here, where it's a bit more windy, the American streets are more grid like based.
Can I ask you why you know so much about New York and Brooklyn in particular?
Uh,
What is this?
I spend a
Who are
lot
you?
of time in digitalized versions of New York, and especially when I was playing Division 1. The rendition for New York was very good. And I
Understandably
noticed
so.
that the entire like map was just grids. So, you know, I got a bit curious and I learned a bit more about like New York's kind of like streets and everything. And I'm sure it's easier to kind of like make a system out of like streets that are like grids like that. Here, maybe it's a bit more different because you do have to cover a very different kind of like ranges, because you can have like a small little pocket of like houses here, and all of a sudden it's this big road, a little bit more empty, maybe some shop lots, and then you go into another housing area here. You know, it's like it's very like different. It's like bubbles of like different types of housings and different types of businesses around. I nearly said businesses. businesses. Business. But yeah. So I don't know what our system for like trash collecting is here. But I'm sure like in the US it's probably very different each state, because you have to cover different types of street foundations and infrastructure.
I'm 100% sure that it's not organized at all here in Malaysia. It's probably
not.
a nightmare.
You know, probably not.
Pro Apex Legend player turned into garbage man
Researcher.
apparently.
Garbage person.
Researcher.
Garbage person.
A pro Apex person turned into a garbage person? Nah, it's an everyday thing, bro.
The
Apex pros can tell you that.
It's a prerequisite to becoming a pro.
Oh man.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Do
Do you think you could be a pro at a game?
Who, me?
He's already a
Yes.
pro.
I mean, do you think you could be a pro, like really pro?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Ooh. I think I lost that ability maybe like 4 years ago.
I mean, okay, the esports industry, in this current era, is very very competitive. You know, it used to be competitive for very different reasons, but now esports is so structured. It's so heavily invested into. It's competitive in so many different ways now. You know, it's monetarily like competitive, with like certain job positions, you know, as a caster, as an analyst, or even if you're working behind the scenes to set up the PCs and everything. These are all like golden positions. You get paid pretty well, and even to be a player, you know, it's very competitive in that market, because you have to constantly be sharp, and you have to constantly be at the top of your game. You have to put so much hours, like 50 plus hours a week, 60 plus hours a week, into just researching your own gameplay, the enemy team's gameplay, whoever else you're fighting, and it's a passion thing. No one truly does this for like
Just straight career.
big amounts of money. You know, you have like all those miracle stories. I mean, these days, yeah, for sure, because you have like avenues to get into it to get money out of the scene. You know, if you're a young talent, you're 15, 14 to maybe 16 years of age. A lot of esports these days have avenues where if you make the leaderboard rankings consistently, if you have your name out there, if you stream, it starts to become like your portfolio. And then maybe because you're kind of like under the age to compete in like big tournaments, which are usually like entry is like 16 to 18 years old, you'll be maybe signed to like an academy team for like a year or two. And then once you're of proper age, then maybe they'll push you to the main roster, or maybe the academy roster will be the main roster, and they'll be put into the big tourneys, and they'll just let you go at it and get as much experience as you need. Or maybe you do like a miracle run and you get very like deep into the bracket. Whatever the case is, you're already there in the scene by then. You're tier 2, tier 1, and you have to go make your name even more in that scene, and then some other big organization will pick you up and buy you out of your contract, and so on, and the cycle just kind of goes from there. It's a lot. Esports these days is a lot.
I don't know, because like nowadays with more competitive games, particularly like Overwatch,
So competitive.
so I mean like CS:GO, I can still jive with CS:GO. I can still drive with. No, that's it. That's like maybe I can still drive with Dota, but we don't play Dota anymore. I'm really sad about that. It's just I just feel like I'm losing touch with games these days, guys.
Listen, where I stand on going pro is you give me enough Monster and Red Bull, I'll probably make it. That's where I stand.
No,
On going pro.
that can be a thing. You just pump yourself up in Monster and Red Bull. You just go for it.
Just shoot it up my veins, like.
Yeah, I guess I would really try if I was making money, guaranteed money, but like even then, I don't think I'm that great of a gamer anymore. I used to be so great.
Oh, please tell us some of your old tales.
Minecraft.
Oh, tell us
2010.
Remember that?
Tell us
remember
about
that one
the
CS:GO
golden days
tournament?
of how you peaked the leaderboards for Hunger Games, bro.
So hey guys. So like next topic, right? Next topic. We can stop talking about Minecraft.
There used to
now,
be a
right?
legend,
Oh, dude,
I forget his
don't air
name.
my dirty
MCR Pro.
Don't air my dirty laundry, please.
Man, those videos were fire.
Hey, thanks, man. But like they're gone. So like, yeah,
I do want to say, as like cringe as it is to look back on, as like as bad as those videos were, I guess, when we were starting out, I still look at those like videos fondly, just like the time frame, because I don't see Minecraft that like wondrous anymore. It like to that regard. I still love the game. I still love the soundtrack. I put it on to go to sleep and everything. It's wonderful, but it's like after a certain age, after a certain amount of playtime with Minecraft, a lot of back and forth, you lose the initial wondrous feeling of Minecraft unless a new update comes, and you just get very nostalgic about it, and you start to just like remind yourself like what it was like just playing in your like survival world, like alone and stuff. It's
I don't like how you said alone, but yeah,
alone.
I don't.
Yeah, just
really
alone.
emphasized.
Yeah, it's just a bit of coping because I just flashed some memories of my own into my head talking about it.
Goddamn, man, goddamn.
Anyways, I wanted to segue into something else when you're talking about esports, but I do want to talk about like just one more thing regarding just like us. And I mentioned I went off to Penang, so I figured, hey, let's share some traveling stories and so on. Because prior to me going to Penang, Faris actually went off to San Diego, and I still don't know too much of the details there. So why don't you
let that sink in?
fuck's sake.
Listen. There were so many points in your like. I almost said it so many times. I was like, my brain, dude. I'm sorry, but like, you know.
I'm about to let my fist sink in your face. I swear, dude. Fucking.
If you think, never mind. No, we're not. I'm not.
No, don't.
San Diego, huh? What happened in San Diego? Oh yeah. So, I forgot. It's been a minute.
It's just. Oh yeah. So I forgot.
Like 4 weeks ago.
That concludes his story. So yeah, for Penang, I forgot.
Oh, what a trip. I sort of just like planned it out of nowhere. I like got some really cheap tickets online.
Was it a flight or did you take a train? I don't think I remember.
I flew. So I'm not a big I live in Missouri. San Diego's in California, in case you needed some knowledge about the geography of the great place that we call America. So the train takes
Wildwoods as well. I can give you his address, his full address. I can drop it right now.
I could ban you from America, all right?
I'm already banned. I can't go there anyway.
Hey man, don't hate the player.
Oh boy. Okay.
I drink a lot of alleged drinks while I'm flying. All right. I only say this because my family's watching, and I don't drink, guys.
Sober, always.
Always sober. Yeah.
Right hand up for God. That was a bit bold.
Yeah,
that was a bit bold. I can't believe I said that out loud. But the left hand.
Hey, that left hand came from the bottom of the screen. What's going on?
I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
Yin and yang. Yeah, it's okay, Ali. Once we're all done, we can let this sink in.
Yeah, I can't believe you guys are making me talk about San Diego. So it's like it's January or February when I went. It's like middle of the winter in Missouri, and winters in Missouri get real dry and cold and crackly. So I'm like, so it's like a weird shift, and I felt like I was gonna get sick. So I did what anyone would do, and I cracked a cold one and talked to the bartender for like an hour while I was waiting for like my ride.
When in Vegas.
It wasn't too bad. The trip itself was super productive. I got to see Eden live.
I'm so jealous that I'm so jealous you got to see Eden live, man.
I'm wearing his merch.
Let's go, our boy Eden.
Still burns.
Just on a side note, how was the performance?
That was something else. I mean,
Fazia, his sister, says that Faris cried. Allegedly.
I didn't allegedly cry.
I would cry if I went to an Eden like performance. I'd probably cry.
I'd probably cry. Yeah.
You know what's interesting? Like, so I made a point not to record too much because I wanted to feel like experience it more.
Yeah.
Right.
But
the bits that I did record, I'm just happy. Like, my phone has a weird thing where when I'm recording outwards, it doesn't pick up much from my side. So you can't hear me singing, baby. What can I say? Saved.
Imagine the camera in his phone has like a microphone. This one's like pointed out with the back camera, the other one's pointed the other way. It's like 3 fucking microphones in his phone.
Dude. But I can't really talk about what I did in San Diego because like it was mainly work music stuff. I did get to do a lot of soul searching. That's about it. Anyways, more importantly, the flight back. Spirit. Oh
sorry,
man.
sorry. I just want to point out that I think we've gone through the San Diego story for at least nearing 20 minutes now, but we've talked a whole lot about getting to San Diego. Literally nothing in San Diego, and then going back out of San Diego. Like the whole. I wanted to know more about what happened there, but I got a lot about like what happened going there.
I mean, like this is more about this last trip. The one I went before was a lot more.
I mean, this one was
experienced a lot
more.
This
This one was
definitely
more
a business
work.
trip.
Yeah,
This
business
one was
trip.
definitely a
Yeah.
business trip.
How long were you
Hey,
there?
you know.
Like a week, 2 weeks,
A week and a half.
week and a half.
Real short. I was like actually hustling. I didn't realize how hard I was hustling. At this point, what I bought while I was there, I bought a fisher's hat. I don't have it right now. I should have had it. I should have had it ready. I'll bring it next episode. And then I got this hoodie. Those were the two big things. I actually ended up leaving a pair of pants there so that Fozzie could like upcycle them.
Mhm.
So I was traveling back with less stuff than I brought because those pants were heavy as hell, and I was wearing this hoodie, so it's not like
Were
adding
they-
it to my weight.
Were they like were they like the khaki type like pants? They're like a lot of pockets and everything. Is that why it's heavy?
Yeah, they were like they were cargo
Like cargo pants, yeah.
cargo pants, but they were heavier than most cargo pants for sure.
Huh.
Yeah, I just that it was too old. It just died.
Yeah.
But I don't feel too good about throwing away clothes unless it's like socks with holes.
Yeah, I think I'm about the same as well. I have a lot of clothes. A lot of it I think I've given away to charities, to like all those like foundations and stuff. At some point you just have to let
Yeah,
them
same.
go. I know there's an amount of people that kind of keep their clothes thinking they might be able to use them again or pass it on to someone else, but it's a long time period before that happens, and after a while I think you realize maybe it's a bit too much to keep. You gotta update your wardrobe a bit.
I have a small ass wardrobe. I have like one real small ass wardrobe. This closet behind me, this sliver, that's me. The rest is my brother.
I have a lot. I have a bit too much.
Have you seen his like backlog, Ali? It's like ooh.
No.
Yeah, we
I'm
have
sure.
we have a lot of clothes. Like my mom and I are still trying to deal with like a lot of the load. But once I'm a bit better, I'm gonna use this camera here actually to help my mom like take pictures of those clothes. We clean them up and everything. We fix them up if we can. We're gonna take pictures of them and then we're gonna sell it off on like Facebook Marketplace or something, or like set up like a Shopee account or something like that, because it is a lot. And we also want to update like our wardrobe, one, and two, we just need the space as well. So yeah. Sorry, your trip back. How was your trip back?
Oh yes.
from-
Yes.
from San Diego.
Good.
So I'm traveling with basically my bag should weigh lighter. So therefore it should be smaller because how do you guys pack your bags? Because like when I like put my shirt in the bag, I roll it. I fold it then roll it.
Oh,
But like, do you guys have
roll
like
it?
secret techniques? Yeah.
No.
You don't roll it?
No, I don't think
roll
I.
it.
Okay,
What do you
so
mean?
if I'm really lazy, okay. So the last few times I've traveled, going to the place, my bag is packed very neatly. All the clothes are folded. They're all in like certain sections. So my socks are in one place, my shirts are in one place, my pants are in one place. Outing like clothes are in like one section of the bag, and like sleeping wardrobe is in the other section of the bag. So it's very like organized and everything, right? But
He's gonna show us.
but
Oh my God,
when
he's
I
gonna-
go back home, it's usually just like, okay, the clothes I didn't wear or that are like clean or like I barely worn, those are all folded, put nicely on one side. All the clothes that are dirty, I just dump them on the other side and I just zip it up and force it closed.
Brother. Oh,
because
jeez.
because when I get back home and I unpack, that section is the first part to get like unpacked, and then I just throw it straight into my laundry basket. So I don't bother folding them. I only bother folding them if like we have a lot more stuff from the trip, so I have to kind of like figure out the spacing and everything. And at that point, I'm just playing the Resident Evil 4 like inventory like management system game where I'm like turning this thing here, turning this thing here, turning this thing here.
Jesus. Like, okay, all right. Here comes a demo.
Holy
Motherfucker.
shit!
Here
Is
comes
that
a
an
demo.
Arsenal T-shirt?
Yeah, it's my brother's.
Fly emeralds.
I wouldn't be caught dead.
True.
You know, you fold it like this. This is like, this is basic. And then normally you would just go like that, and then it's done folding, whatever, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But instead, what I do is I just like go ahead, make sure it's tight, and then I just like, roll. You don't see this? You don't see this action?
Man, when you said you roll it, I did not imagine you would roll it. I'm glad that you showed me, because now I know you roll it.
It actually comes out tighter when I'm doing it like on the ground. But basically it's this, but tighter. And it becomes like this small like projectile that you can throw at people. So Spirit Airlines.
Oh my god!
Oh,
how are we still on the trip back, bro?
This is where it
We're
gets
an
rough.
hour. We're an hour 6 minutes in.
Let that sink
Yeah.
in.
We haven't talked about a single one of the topics you wanted to talk about yet.
I think this is going great. I don't know about you guys, but this is
Just-
going great.
Just wrap it up. Just wrap it up.
And then I got on the plane, and I got back to St. Louis, and I took a Uber home because no one was available to pick me up, and it was fucking freezing.
Actually, I want to ask. I've seen a lot of memes with like the Ubers being ridiculously expensive. There's like memes where it's just like, man, it takes me like $140 to get from here to here in Uber. Somehow the Uber X helicopter is cheaper. Like I've seen those memes. Is it really expensive? Your Uber rides?
Uber rides, in my opinion, are expensive for close distance Ubering.
Okay.
But like I got good value. Like this is just like $30-$40 for me to go to the airport. And to come back from the airport.
How far?
I don't know.
Give or take.
40-minute drive.
40-minute drive. Okay, that's not too bad. I think like especially if you're working with like your currency and everything. I would say the same for Grab as well. I think short distances, especially peak hour.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So not worth it.
The fact that there's peak hour like price upsurge, that's crazy.
It is the like peak hour. The worst is to order any sort of like transportation service during peak hour and when it's even slightly raining. Because then the price just goes up and up.
I don't understand. Like I get raining, the prices go up. Scarcity of drivers. But when it's peak hour, shouldn't the price go down because there's more drivers trying to drive at peak hour driving time?
It's
Or
their
am I
way.
tripping?
I think it's just their way of getting more money, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like the supply and demand curve where there's a lot of supply and there's a lot of demand and the price just goes higher, apparently.
Reject the
'Cause
supply
that's
and
how it
demand
works.
curve.
Yeah.
No.
I was
That's
like,
not real.
I was gonna order like I was gonna order like some boba
Mm-hmm.
like 2 days ago, and I didn't realize I was ordering from a place that was like 16 kilometers from here. It was a bit far, right? I didn't end up ordering it, but I keyed in like 2 different types of teas, which are like 10 ringgit each.
Sure.
The delivery fee shot it up with the tax to 41 ringgit for two boba tea like orders. That's ridiculous. And that's
That is
just the
crazy.
delivery fee. it was like an 18 ringgit delivery fee, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty much like when it comes to delivery with Grab, it's pretty much not worth it to deliver as long as it's uh, like the radius is bigger than 5 kilometers.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
want to pretty much get a shop that's inside 5 kilometers.
I think the
Other
max.
than that, it's just not worth it.
I think the max you can go is around like 9, and you have to make sure you order not in like peak hours and everything, because your prices are going to be like really fucky. But that's it. That's why they have their subscription service to make everything cheaper and everything. You have all the deals, which is very worth it, by the way. Like I know
Very worth it.
technically it's buying into their system, but for the amount that you can save, I'd say it's pretty worth it. Like I'm
Yeah, I mean,
paying
there are times.
I'm paying like what?
There are times when I get like 2 burgers that are originally priced 15 ringgit each. With the subscription, I get them at about like 7 ringgit each.
Yeah, you can get them like half off. Like it's crazy. It's good.
Yeah.
It's very worth it actually.
I gotta say, like, oh yeah, full disclosure, my San Diego story is basically done.
Yeah, thank God.
But I left out the part where I met this super druggy drug guy on the plane on my way back to St. Louis. But that's a whole other thing. He told me about the raves.
That
and
would
the
have been
sewers in
so
LA.
much more. That would have been so
Anyways,
much more
the
interesting.
bagel was more important. Anyway, so anyways, I just wanted to say I was like super pleased that like when I went back to Malaysia, that we had like a boba shop. We had a strip mall across the street. So because there's one place to get 2 places to get boba here where I live. They're not that great.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard St. Louis, Missouri and boba scene in the same sentence ever. I've heard California and boba scene a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, it's banging over there. But so you can't beat that one in Malaysia, dude. For me, so far, I haven't had a better one than the ones I've had there. But I'm still chasing that high.
A boba tea high. All right. I'm gonna summarize my story.
No, let it ride, dude. No, let it ride. We got time.
Oh my god, yeah, it's gonna end up as like a 3-hour podcast. Anyways, so yeah, I mentioned I went to Penang. I actually took the train. For some reason, several people were very surprised that I took the train to Penang. I'm not too sure why, but it was great. And you got from KL Central to Penang in about 4 hours. It was fairly comfortable. Like I wasn't really bothered or anything on the train whatsoever, even though I had to share my seat with someone else. Apparently, I didn't go check it out, but apparently one of the coaches on the train, I think Coach C, it's consistently Coach C, and Coach C at this point I think it stands for canteen because they have like a in-house or in-train canteen. Once we got there around like 12 plus in the afternoon, we took the ferry. And the ferry, initially we thought we were gonna take like one of those like triple deck or double deck like ferries, it's like those like big slower boats, and they have like the railings on the side. You can kind of just walk around the boat in it and so on. No, we were put onto this like very small kind of like transport boat in a sense.
Did you get on a jetty?
Yeah, it's more like a jetty.
Oh.
And we didn't expect that, and it got a bit like claustrophobic. I think anyone that has a fear of like being in these tight spaces, not a good time if you're to ride that jetty, because a lot of people come in. They fit like how many people at the bottom floor and how many more on the top floor of the jetty, right? And I was just really curious. I kept my eye out the window, right, to see if the water level would slowly like go up a bit the more people got on. it didn't. Not as much. But like I just wanted to see like how far it goes. Like how far would this jetty go under with the amount of people we have, plus our cargo, like all the bags and everything. You'll bring it with you onto the jetty, and they don't exactly have a system to like put these bags anywhere. So like you go into the jetty, and then you take your seat, and then your bags are kind of just left by like a section, like a space by the door. So on your way out, you grab your bag and then you just head out. So they kind of just stack the bags there. So it's a bit messy, and I think from what I've heard, the port authorities said that they're gonna restart or reintroduce the older boats as well, or like the big ones, because evidently that one's not so efficient, or rather it's efficient in a way, but it's just not as comfortable.
Yeah.
It's not fun as a tourist. But yeah, I spent a total of 4 days and 3 nights there. And yeah, it took a while to get used to the heat. But it was a good breakaway from like city life here in KL. It's great. Penang has great food as well. So, you know, if anyone ever wants to have like a short little like holiday away from the city, take the train, go to Penang. It's not that expensive either. I think the ticket price for the train ticket price is like under 80 ringgit or something, or like around 80 ringgit max. It's not that much. And then, you know, you spend whatever your money on the food there, and of course your place that you're staying in. So we stayed over at the side of the island, a bit far off from the city at Batu Ferringhi. That's about like 20, yeah, it's about like 20 kilometers from the main city. But it was fun. It was fun. I had a really, really fun time when I went over to Armenian Street. And
Armenian Street.
Yeah, Armenian Street. So there's a section in Georgetown in Penang where the street is like filled with like art and everything, you know, the bicycle like graffiti art and it's like stuck to the wall.
Know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that one is like super famous and everything. But that street, it is fairly dense in terms of like the crowd. The day that we went wasn't too crazy, but still there was quite an amount of people there. But it was great. It was really hot. It was great. It was fun. I got a lot of pictures, and I can't wait to like put them up on my photography account at some point once I've finished like cleaning up those pictures and color grading them. It's a fun time. The structure and design of like Penang is just it's different enough, you know. It's like if you walk around like the heart of KL and you go into like those very old streets where like the streets are very narrow and the architecture is like pretty old and it's kind of mixed in with like the newer like infrastructure. Penang doesn't give that feeling because it doesn't have the mix of modern architecture so like imbued into its old architecture. So you have a lot of these old buildings that kind of remain like a classic kind of like place to visit. And then when you go inside, it's all modernized and everything, you know, your AC, your new cafes and stuff, they're all in there. So it was fun. It was fun. I spent some time up on the like the hill, the mountain, Penang Hill, I think. And that was also good. We spent a lot of time walking up there. They have buggies up there to get you around, but we met up with like a group of these guys that were also traveling there, and they couldn't take in like 6 people on the buggy, so we'd have to split it, and they didn't want to do that because they would lose out on having more people on the second buggy instead of just taxiing like one or two people over. It's their marketing scheme and whatever to get people around the transport and everything, which, fair enough. But yeah, so we ended up walking around up there on that hill, and we went into the more dense like jungle area, and there's like a cafe in that jungle. It's called Kopi Hutan. It's very simple.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, this is very
coffee.
simple. Yeah, I tried the jungle coffee that they had. That's like their specialty. It's not bad. It's pretty good. It's very fresh, and it wasn't super strong. Like I have a certain way of like reacting to caffeine, where some caffeine will make me a little bit nauseous after like an hour or two, or it would get me like a little bit kind of like not sick per se, but I get maybe like a little bit dizzy, and it's like after like the rush, and then I get tired. So it didn't hit me in that way. So it was kind of like a cold brew type effect with the coffee. It was really nice, and the cakes they had there, oh my god. To think a cafe in the middle of a jungle up top a hill that's like how many fucking meters above sea level has some of the best looking cakes is amazing. Yeah, that's Penang. If you want a short vacation out of the city and you want good food, go Penang.
I'm pretty sure me and Ali went to Batu Feringhi while I was there.
We did?
Or around there. We did go to Penang.
We did, I think, yeah.
Yeah, we did. Me, Ali, with the guys, and mom.
Yeah, the boys.
And mother,
And mom.
Did you? Oh yeah. Did you take the transport while you were there? Like, Penang's just like bus.
Oh no, we straight walked basically.
We straight walked.
everywhere.
Yeah, we walked
Dude,
everywhere. Yeah.
The bus is so like efficient in Penang. Because they don't have to deal with like traffic and like crowded areas and rain like in the city here. The buses are pretty much on time all the time.
Oh.
And it's super okay. When I was staying in Batu Feringhi, that's like 16-20 kilometers away from the city, right? They charge you like a certain distance, so like up to like 10 kilometers or something is gonna be like a 1-2 ringgit bus ride. That's it. And then past 14 meters is like 2 ringgit, 3 ringgit or something, right? So in the morning, in like the early morning, at like 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, we took the bus to go into the city. It's a 20-kilometer ride, and that was like 3 ringgit off of us, and it was so peaceful and it was so on time. It is crazy how efficient their transport is, and I'm so fucking jealous of it. Because no way ever in the next decade would you ever get a transport infrastructure that clean, that on time here in the heart of KL. It's too chaotic for it to happen.
It can never happen in KL.
Yeah. How many times have I opened Instagram and I see one of my friends stuck at the LRT because LRT is broken down?
Too fucking many.
Such a shame.
Too fucking many.
Such a shame.
World affairs, guys. World affairs. What we're here for.
World affairs. Yeah, we're finally here. We're nearing an hour 40.
Hey.
Okay.
Let's shit on Elon Musk for a bit.
Hey.
All right. So what's
see.
What's in this
What did
section?
Elon do, boys?
What did Elon Musk do this time? Take it away.
Elon this time decided to look at jail and say, "Hey, I might want to go in there," and then decided to not go in there. Basically, what he did is, as an employee, or this guy who sold a company, or his company, to Twitter, and he wanted to get paid as an employee so he could pay more taxes on the money that they're paying him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But what ended up happening is this guy's disabled. I don't exactly know like he has some physical disabilities and it's getting worse over time.
Right.
From what I understand.
I think he posted like a picture of himself, right? He's in a wheelchair and everything.
Yeah. And it's gotten like worse and worse over time. And pretty much Elon was like, hey, this guy, I kind of want to fire him because he's disabled and he doesn't work as efficiently as other workers. And legally, you can get into a lawsuit for that and you can face prison pretty much if you go down that road. And then he realized that and he was like, ah, shit, I fucked up. I was like, ah, sorry, man. And then he deleted all the fucking tweets. But like, if you go back, the guy he accused, he has his full life story. Like, these are like confidential stuff that he decided to even post in Twitter because Elon was like, hey, I'm just gonna embarrass you in front of like all these fucking people.
Oh, Elon. Oh, Elon.
It was a nightmare. Like, why, man? Why you gotta go after the disabled guy?
Yeah, and the apology, I think I saw a glance of it while I was scrolling Twitter. It seemed very like, oh no, I dipped my toe into legal hot soup. I'm gonna backtrack a bit.
It didn't sound like it was genuinely like apologizing because he was like, hey, what you guys don't understand is that this guy is actually really rich outside of his work. So like, I'm gonna kick him.
Oh man,
it was.
We're gonna have like an Elon section at this point per episode, every episode at this point.
Yeah,
and it's just,
and there was also like a conference where he said at the end of the year he's gonna hand Twitter to someone else. So at least maybe
that might be the best thing he's done in a while. To be honest,
honestly, yeah,
big up.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck the site is even still running. I hate going onto Twitter now to just, I want to look through like my mutuals, and I know you can go and look through your followings and stuff, but I hate that on my normal feed I'm just seeing people that I don't follow just pop up, and it's like the most like dumb, like out of touch things I've ever seen, and it only exists within the Twitter bubble, I swear.
There was also this period where Elon was like, hey, people aren't seeing my tweets enough, so let's just add a multiplier.
Right. Yeah. He boosted his own tweets, right?
Yeah, he boosted the shit out of it, so everyone was always only seeing Elon's fucking tweets, and people got mad, and it was like, all right, I guess I'll bring it back.
And it's really weird.
What the fuck are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Honestly.
I thought you were gonna save humanity.
I used to love Elon. I miss the old Elon.
I miss the old Elon.
I missed him before what was it? Fuck, I forgot.
Wait, Elon made graduation?
Graduation, there you go.
Holy smokes.
Right. Onto another piece of social media websites. And this is actually good news. YouTube. So I remember on the first episode, we were trying to be very like cautious and wary about like the amount of times we swore in the video, especially at the beginning of the podcast, right? In fact, in episode 2, the bit where we were doing like Faris was drinking water and I was drinking water at the same time, Ali actually did swear, and I cut it out because it was within like the first 30 seconds and we had to be cautious. But
you censored Ali? What the hell is this?
One time. Time.
He censored the minority.
Let's not.
This is unbelievable.
We're gonna
That's
go
a heinous
there,
act.
That's a heinous act. Yeah, true. So this is tweeted from the creator liaison, the YouTube liaison. As of today, all curse words are no longer treated the same. That's good. Moderate profanity anytime can get the green icon. So the green icon being your revenue icon, and you're allowed for monetization and everything and so on. And it's good. F-bomb in the first 7 seconds or repeatedly can receive limited ads. That's really good because before you couldn't even swear. You couldn't even put the censor beep because they would count the censor beep as profanity. So people had to use different like censor beeps. They had to go like the SpongeBob route where in the episode where they're finding out like all the swears and everything, they just played like boat horn sounds, dolphin sounds, like literally anything but a censor beep, right? So people had to get creative with their censoring. At some point, even the alternative audio censoring can get you like demonetized or limited ads, and people would just mute the swear. That's it. That was the hard cut of what you had to do. Background music with profanity can now get ads, so that's nice, because sometimes you just have a banger of a song you want to put into the video, but it has swearing and you can't get ads. And that's a shame. And profanity in the thumbnail or title still can't run ads, so that's fine because that's your initial impression into a video. You can afford to be a bit more family friendly on your initial click. And then once people get clickbaited, you can unleash chaos on them. So yeah, I think it's a good for YouTube creators. I think this is a good like step in it's a good step in the right direction, right? Because YouTube has a lot of problems. Let's be real. They're making the main website more family friendly when the case of YouTube Kids has existed for years in the background. But because not enough traffic goes through YouTube Kids, the people that want to exploit the system to get like a more open audience to view their videos, or like kids, impressionable kids to view their videos and everything, get them their money and their revenue, they do those kind of things. So in this way, it kind of like pulls back a bit, and it makes the space just way more workable, just way more viable to work with. And until whatever other updates they have in the future, hopefully it kind of goes into this direction, and then maybe this is a big maybe, at some point maybe they will finally properly utilize YouTube Kids, because they have to do something with that. It's there for a reason. Someone let them know that exists, please. So, like, Susan is out of the company, right? That's the big thing as well. And this change comes like a week after she leaves the company, and I'm not saying anything, but it is very coincidental that becomes the case. So you have a lot of like speculation that comes in from everywhere when that kind of shit happens. When someone like a figure in the company, very big, no matter how controversial, leaves, and then all of a sudden relatively good changes come afterwards. It's almost like they had a foot on the throat of the company. So I don't know what the narrative is behind the scenes. I don't work there. And for now, I'm pretty happy with where this is going for YouTube, at least. And for the creators that are involved and actually doing this as a career, it helps them a lot. So yeah, that's YouTube. I
mean, we can swear a lot more now too.
Yeah, we can swear.
Worry about it.
Exactly, right? We don't have to make like 2 different versions of this podcast, which is great. It's wonderful.
I love profanities. It's just so good. Just love them.
Frick.
Whoa.
I was charging that one up for a bit.
I saw him. He meditated for a bit, and he was like, frick.
It's frick time, boys.
It's
frick time.
Fricking time. Fricking time sounds so bad.
I'm about to frick. Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
You know how all the like apps and stuff are changing to like that sort of like short attention span style?
Yeah, because of TikTok and shorts and reels, yeah.
Well, Spotify's become a victim of that trend, man. So now when you open your Spotify homepage, man, you can actually, there's a bunch of like previews with podcasts, so you'll hear a bit and then you'll, if you like, click on it.
That's cool.
I think it's a good idea to discover new things. But man, how far we have fallen from the old school style.
Yeah, honestly, I think with the way social media has shifted these days, especially with content, it is so like competitive to gain someone's attention span. There was like this rule in 20 like 2014 to 2017, 18 YouTube, where your video has to capture someone's attention span within the first 30 seconds. And then around 17, 18, that turned to 15 seconds. And it just kind of stuck around 15 seconds for a while. And then when TikTok like fully launched in the pandemic and everything, or like it was gaining more like notoriety in the pandemic, that just, the numbers just went lower and lower and lower. At some point it was 5 seconds. I think now it's like you have to gain someone's attention within the first 3 seconds of your video, which is crazy. At that point it just seems like so hard to do certain types of content. So you have to like properly build your brand, or properly build like your content brand in a very specific way to get the kind of audiences that you want. And even then,
but also go on.
Okay. And even then, if you're doing long form content, you have to play around with your short form content. You have to. It's just, there's no like two ways about it. You have to utilize everything that you can. You know, the TikToks that you're gonna make, post it onto your Instagram Reels, post it onto your Twitter. It's how many ever seconds to a minute to maybe 3 minutes, and then your full videos. You know, those are your like your chunk of meat that you feed to your audience.
I mean, there has been talks about if it's gonna stay or not. Like Ludwig was one of the guys who was talking even with Susan before she left, and it was like, "Hey, is YouTube Shorts gonna stay? Is this like a permanent thing?" And because like people, I mean, it has been proven that long form content, even during this time, still works really well.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? People are still consuming 3, 4, 7 hour like worth of content.
Yep.
So there's like, I mean, I like to think that it's shifting from the 6 seconds to maybe like back to the at least 30 minutes like style almost, like how it used to be. That's at least what I think is happening.
Hopefully,
it's slowly shifting back.
I miss the old YouTube.
I kind of miss old YouTube, but
it was fun back then.
to go off like what you said, yeah, people do still evidently consume long form content. You know, like this one. Like our podcast, right? Some people will sit through certain sections of it. Hopefully not the San Diego story. I feel so bad if you do.
I wouldn't stay there.
I would.
Yeah, people still consume the long form content. Half of the audience, I assume, are very invested into whatever is being put out. No, thank you. It's okay. I'm fine. I'm pretty full. It's okay. Audio only listeners, he just offered me popcorn through the screen. It's okay. I'm pretty full. I ate. And the other half of the audience, I think we were talking about this. Nice, good catch. He just threw popcorn to Faris. Anyways, the other half, and we were talking about this the other day about like ambient content, right? And there was that whole kind of like article or like research thing that came out from like Netflix or some streaming service, where like this like very mediocre show was like the top rated show for a while, and the only reason was because it was so bad it just acts as like ambient content to consume. Like it's just so like no brain content, you know? It's just like you just turn off your brain, you just kind of watch it idly, or you put it like on in the background while you're doing like housework or like any sort of work, and that is a viable piece of content that people can actually do for some reason, and it's long form too. And
yeah, when you told me this, I remember telling you like I have no idea what that means because I've never ever like heard of something like this before.
Yeah, because
but then you were telling me stories, right?
Yeah,
of,
because
like,
because for you it's like it's definitely down to someone's like personal preference, right? It's like ambient content can be like something like you're listening to a podcast, hopefully ours, while you're doing work, or while you're doing whatever else, right? And it's like you're kind of catching the conversations like here and there, and then maybe if you were super interested in it, you would like rewind the podcast a bit, and then then you're actively listening. But majority of the time you're just doing work and then you just need some sort of sound, right? It's like music. So, but the fact that there's a market for it, and the fact that they even researched into it and tried to do it, is a bit ridiculous for a company that size or for a brand that size to go into. But hey, if they somehow make a lot of money from it, props to them.
I mean, maybe they themselves were confused and like, why is this like shit show so popular?
Why is it so good?
Why is this just
surely
so
not
popular?
Like, surely not.
Who the fuck is watching this shit?
This is absolutely worthless.
Oh man.
Who let this sink in?
No.
Oh no, it's back.
It's back. It took a while,
Phantom
but
Sync.
it's back. The Phantom Sync, the Phantom Menace. Oh, whole trilogy. Oh man.
Jesus Christ.
I could use that as a segue, a trilogy, if you wanna. I think we're done, right, with like social medias and content. Okay.
Yeah.
How long? What are we on the
We're
timer?
at 2 hours exactly, basically.
Okay, we're at 2 hours exactly. Okay, we can pad it out a bit more, 20 minutes or so. I think and then we're good to go.
Whoa!
so-
Pat it out. We got worth the content right here. You stay tuned because we got some really important information coming out to you right now.
And that's from me. Anyways, so we're gonna get into some gaming news.
San Diego.
We're gonna get we're gonna get into some gaming news, right? And it's related to San Diego.
I didn't tell you guys
but
about
no.
San Fuego.
Oh man, San Diego and the Sink. Maybe that's the name of this. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm gonna name it. San Diego and the Sinks. It's a wild fucking band name. If anyone wants to take it, take it. I don't care. All right. Okay. So let's get into some of the gaming news of the past few weeks. Actually, I'll try and like speed up a lot of the old stuff. So for the old stuff that we were supposed to talk about a few weeks back, I wanted to talk about EA for a bit. EA has been going a little bit wild. There was a Apex Legends kind of like Titanfall universe single player story that was being developed, right? And unfortunately, for all of us Titanfall players, it got cancelled. And it's such a shame because I don't know about you guys, I had a lot of fun when I was playing through Titanfall 2. And to explore more of that universe, especially on a different time frame, connected to Apex Legends, with lore, with whatever character, would have been interesting. Because the leaks and the rumors were that you were going to play as like Blisk, who was the guy that like kind of owns the whole like Apex Legends arena concept kind of thing. And you would go through his story and everything. And maybe it was like the story of him making the Apex Legends thing, like a whole scene. And then you'd have some jump in like time periods. Whatever the case of whatever the concept it was going to be, it probably would have been sick. And it would have been nice to have another movement shooter on the market, especially a single player one. And unfortunately, that got canceled. The other thing that was actually pretty surprising that they canceled was Apex Legends Mobile, because it was actually doing pretty well. So this is an official tweet from Respawn around February. Wow, so we're really late to this. But we have made the painful decision to sunset Apex Legends Mobile. The decision does not come with ease. Factors beyond our control have prevented us from maintaining the high-quality experience and content that our players deserve. As a result, the game will sunset on May 1st, 2023 at 4 p.m. PDT, after which it will no longer be playable. Our gratitude to our players and teams for joining us on Apex Legends Mobiles, even if for a short while, is unending. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Now, this is kind of a slap in the face to a lot of people, right? The decision was very sudden, and that fucks over a lot of people in the pro scene for Apex Legends Mobile, because that is a thing that exists. There is a pro scene for Apex Legends Mobile. So now those pros have to scramble and find new careers. Either they go into actual working careers again, or they go into streaming, or they go into an alternative pro career, so maybe they go into like COD Mobile and they compete there, right? Assuming they want to still stick in the mobile scene, right? Another slap in the face is the fact that this game actually, I think, won an award for like being one of the best mobile games, like literally last year, only for it to then be shut down within the next 2 months of getting this award. There's a whole meme about it. It's really funny to watch. The third slap in the face, they released a bundle for like content, skins, and whatever, right? And it's like some like edition, deluxe edition or something, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but they essentially released like a content bundle. It costs money. It's a microtransaction. People bought into it, and now game shut down.
It's gone.
Yeah, so you're not gonna get back your money. And like, that is why, you know, like just why? But it's such a EA thing to do, and I have no idea why. I don't know why they would do that. Right. Moving on. The other big thing is that E3 has been very, very big over how many years now, you know, the showcasing of games, showcasing of new tech, the showcasing of very select individuals in the industry and showing off their genius. Shout out Hideo Kojima. And it's just a big event all around for gaming because we want to know what new games are coming up or what's being cooked in the kitchen per se, right? Funny thing that came out. This is an article from IGN, and it's an exclusive article, and they said that Xbox, Nintendo, Sony will not be part of E3 2023. Okay, look, I sincerely hope they at least maybe show trailers, but if Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo are completely out of E3, for E3, this just means like two things. E3 fucking dies,
Dead in the water.
or the indie games again, they take over. So you have a negative and you have a positive. Any indie games, they might take that slot, or any other studio, they might take that slot, and they might showcase their games. But assuming they have very good quality control for whatever they want to showcase, right? Like all the trailers they want to showcase. Like, let's not get like 15 unnamed random companies that are doing like these wildly like rendered Unreal Engine, Blender, like fucking Korean like MMORPGs that just don't exist, you know? Like, we don't want 15 of those just showing up on E3. That's dumb, right? So have some quality control to fill in the space and maybe showcase like indie games that are going to come out within the next like 2-3 years. So that would be the positive.
I also wonder which way the decision was like coming from. Like, was it from the EA E3 side where they're like, no, we actually have enough, we can't fit you guys in to the program, or it was from like Nintendo and they're like, oh, we don't actually want to be a part of this. I wonder like which way it was going to.
Yeah, because like in the article it says here like information comes on the heels of Xbox announcements last week that it would be returning to Los Angeles for its annual summer showcase, while declining to confirm whether it would be part of the show itself. So they're very hush-hush about it.
No, yeah.
And I wonder...
Topic.
Yeah, I guess it's a sensitive topic. And I guess for Xbox, because we talked about this like last week, right? They had the restructuring, reorganization kind of thing, and also the labor layoffs and stuff. I don't know if that was within the same time frame, like in terms of like internal discussions, and that affected the E3 stuff. I'm not too sure, but going with this narrative, assuming these three don't show up at all, like not even on the show floor, not even showing any sort of presence on the trailers and everything for games, for upcoming games, that's pretty wild.
It's really wild.
That's pretty wild, yeah.
That's actually really wild, yeah.
So, yeah, that's that big news that was gonna happen. in terms of smaller news over the past week, right, let's talk about Forspoken for a bit. Again.
Great.
Okay, so Forspoken, everyone knows the story now at this point. How ridiculously mediocre or even bad this game is, right? And it's such a disappointment. I knew you were excited for this game, but like,
Disappointed.
yeah. So
I'm just disappointed.
It looked interesting.
it looked interesting, like concept wise, it looked interesting, and then people started talking about like the main character's dialogue, and then from that point on, the game just doesn't run properly on PC, and then like I think even on consoles it struggles in certain areas, which is like rough, because usually some console ports for some like broken games on PC, they run fine, right? Because like, I don't know, frame rate limitations, graphics are, they're all limited just fine. But when it goes on PC and you start pushing stuff, that's when it just goes haywire. But Forspoken did not run well, had a relatively just confusing narrative overall and plot lines, and in terms of the magic systems, from what I've seen and from what I've heard, it's nothing new, nothing too spectacular. It's passable for your game, but it's very much just standing in one place, spamming a button, watching your character go through an animation cycle just over and over and over again. It's just riveting gameplay. This has ended up with Luminous Studios, the studio making Forspoken, after a month of launch, or after 1 month of the launch of Forspoken, they're shut down. Luminous Studios is now gone, but they're not
officially a rug pull.
Yeah, but it's not so hard of like a rug pull to the point where it's like the labor layoffs of like February, because so the story of Luminous Studios is that they were supposed to work on a Final Fantasy game, right? And internally, I think that project got stuck either in development hell and it got canceled or something like that, and the studio just kind of existed with this like engine, the Luminous engine or something, and they proceeded to use that for Forspoken, right? And that got greenlit and everything internally, and then they went ahead and did it, and it ended up being bad. So without any real use for Luminous Studios past this point, they have decided to shut it down. But Luminous Studios is a subsidiary, right? So these workers aren't necessarily losing their jobs. This is an official statement from Square Enix groups. So reorganization within the Square Enix group. Tokyo, Japan, February 28, 2023. Square Enix Holdings Co. Ltd., headquartered in Shinjuku, Tokyo. President, Representative Director Yosuke Matsuda, herein after the company announces that it will merge its wholly owned subsidiary, Luminous Productions, into its wholly owned subsidiary, Square Enix, effective Monday, May 1st, 2023. The merger is part of the company's efforts to further bolster the competitive prowess of the group's development studios, a goal set forth under its current medium-term business strategy. Square Enix has developed numerous AAA high-definition HD games, possess a wealth of intellectual property, IP content, and so on. Luminous Productions is meanwhile equipped not only with a AAA title development capabilities, but also technical expertise in areas such as game engine development. Combining the two entities will further enhance the group's ability to develop HD games. So essentially, they're merging. Those workers are not losing their jobs. Thank God. However, the other thing as well, Forspoken's also offering like early access to its prequel DLC in like a digital deluxe edition. I'm assuming because like the
What?
yeah, because the studio's going, like it's gone, right? It's gonna go. So I'm assuming that like, oh fuck, we have like the content plan. Do we just like shit it out? And then it's just like, I guess so. The studio technically just doesn't exist now, right? Just shit it out, I guess. So
What?
yeah, Luminous Productions also has like an official tweet, I believe, that they put out.
That's so fucking dumb.
So
What?
let me see what their tweet was. An update from Luminous Productions. So this comes from their Twitter. You may have heard the news that Luminous Productions is merging with Square Enix beginning on May 1st. Our talented team will join Square Enix to deliver new innovative gaming experience to players across the globe. Between now and then, we remain entirely focused on Forspoken. We are currently working on the previously announced patch to address overall game performance. We will deliver an update soon. And the DLC, Intenta We Trust, is on track for release this summer. Thank you again for your patience and support. And the final paragraph is just more thanks and everything. Is Mr. San Diego man falling asleep?
Yes.
He might just be.
He might just be. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of, I think, Forspoken. So that is, yeah, I don't know what else to say, really, you know? It's
I was gonna say it's a shame, but it's really not.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's really not. But you know, they knew. I guess they knew what they were doing in some way, and that is the end of that story.
I mean, I think we also talked about like, just to update based on what we talked about last time, which was Hogwarts Legacy. It came out. The game was obviously very fucking good, and everyone enjoyed it, and no one cared about the controversy at all.
It pretty much,
they all just played it anyway.
So the controversy pretty much stayed, or rather, it didn't go further than the Twitter bubble that it had. That's where the controversy kind of started, and that's where it dies, I think.
Yep, because the game was good.
Yeah, because the game was good, and they can't really say shit about it. I mean, again, you know, it is very much your personal decision. If you don't want to play the game, you don't want to give like Rowling any money, that's fine, perfectly acceptable reason, whatever. I don't care. But the problem I have with the whole controversy in the first place is the mass amounts of harassment going both ways. No one should be harassed for playing this video game. No one working on this video game should have been harassed for having a fucking job in the first place, right? And I'm looking at it through only that scope, okay? Right? I can't, no one would know if there were bad apples, like if the entire production team, the hypothetical, right? If the entire production team knew what they were doing and in making this Harry Potter game, and they were all just like transphobes or something, right? Okay, you know, that's a fucking good reason to like not support the company, right? If you found out an entire game development studio is like, its only intent is to just make a game that's just so fucking hurtful to a specific group of individuals, then yeah, okay, you know, I get it, don't support it. But
sounds just like Dark Souls.
Yeah,
anyway.
but yeah, okay, that's different. But like, it's just not gonna be the case for this one. You know, the stories for everyone involved in the controversy and the people making the game, it's just gonna be too like gray. It's just a gray area. It's so hard to pick apart. It's so hard to even pick a side for some of these people, and it's a shame that it's even gotten to the point where it's broken up so many like friendships that I've seen of just going through the Twitter thing. It's
so dumb.
It's dumb. It's dumb. But hey, you know what? Ultimately, I don't control that. It's a personal decision thing. So live your life.
Live, love, laugh.
Live, love, laugh.
Yeah, live, laugh. So yeah, you know. But yeah, Hogwarts Legacy ended up good. And the controversy is only in the Twitter bubble and whatever articles and other people that are pushing it on Reddit, maybe Tumblr, if that's a thing. And the only real issue is the fact that you have these groups of people hiding under the controversy and using it as an excuse to harass people. That is it. That is the only problem that like I've seen so far that's like really fucking major. And that's the one I have like issues with. There is a website that tells you. So someone made this website, right? And it's just like, this website it's a database. And the website is named something like, which streamer is playing the you know what magical game. So you can type in a certain streamer, and it will go through the database, and it will go through their VODs and stuff and check if they've played Hogwarts Legacy. And it will either tag them as active or non-active. And people would use this website initially the whole concept of this website was to avoid, you know, like just like, oh, okay, I guess this streamer is streaming it. I'm not gonna watch their streams. Fine, whatever, right? But now you've essentially given people a hit list. So now people can type in like, oh, this guy's playing Hogwarts Legacy. Let's harass the fuck out of him. And then like the people on that side, you know, that are playing the game will have like their communities and whatever try and defend like their streamers, their favorite person, whatever. And then all of a sudden someone will go from using a shield to using a spear and spearhead a counterattack for harassment. And then it just becomes a harassment versus harassment thing. And it's just the dumbest thing you could even like think about. It's the dumbest, sorry. Quote me on this. It's the dumbest thing you could possibly waste your time in your day to think about or even partake in. End quote.
It's worse if you partake in it.
Exactly.
Jesus.
So like, that's Hogwarts Legacy. I think I'm kind of done with it. Like, I don't know. I'm annoyed seeing it on my feed. I'm annoyed with what it brings to my feed. I'm not annoyed seeing it on my feed. I love the memes and everything. You know, the Harry Potter with guns meme is fucking hilarious to me. But I don't like seeing this amount of like controversy coming from this game. And it's just so much vitriol for no fucking reason. It's so bad.
Yeah.
And it's uncontrolled vitriol, you know? It's like assuming you can even control it. It's just, it's a lot. It's dumb. And moving on.
We should move on from this.
At one point I said Trilogy, or someone said Trilogy in this podcast, maybe like 2 hours ago. Okay. Little side story. So Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the sequel to Star Wars Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order. The director has mentioned that he possibly wants to make it into a trilogy. So, yay. Another Dark Souls, Souls-like Star Wars game. Yeah. If it's done well, and let's say Jedi Survivor is a complete and utter success, then I don't think I'd have any doubts with the fact that Respawn can you know, dish out a game for it and to end Cal Kestis's like story, and then eventually I think he'll be used into like a series in the future in the Star Wars Legacy. So yeah, that's some good news over there. Hopefully everything goes well for Star Wars Jedi Survivor and the launch, and then maybe the future plans. And last two things. Elden Ring is getting its DLC soon. So big ups.
Hyped. So fucking hyped.
So big hype for that.
Hyped.
I didn't play Elden Ring. I don't get it. Sorry, guys.
But no. But you've played the older Dark Souls games, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
He hasn't.
all right. Anyways, reputation-wise, you should be fine. All the older Dark Souls games, they've had DLCs drop before, and all positive, as far as I'm concerned. It's just a personal preference to whether you like Dark Souls or not. But Elden Ring, you know, dropping DLC, that's not too much of a surprise after its success as being Game of the Year and having all the sales that it did. You'd be a fool not to cash in on expanding Elden Ring's universe whatsoever. So yeah,
The amazing content they gave out on the Game of the Year awards.
Yeah, the
My God, that was good.
I forgot what that kid said. What was it? Like, I want to thank my unorthodox.
I think he thanked like Hillary Clinton or
No.
something. I don't really understand. What was
like,
it about?
I was like, I want to thank my like unorthodox like rabbi, like Joe Biden or some
oh yeah, like something like that.
something like that. Man, the fact that the kid
damn.
snuck up onto the stage is impressive. But yeah,
Oh
as far as I know, he got
God, that was
arrested,
hilarious.
and then
Yeah.
they let him go afterwards. But yeah, that was funny to watch happen in real time.
That was hilarious. Yeah.
Other big news, in terms of rumors, Counter-Strike may be getting Source 2. Okay, so there was a leak in like the NVIDIA drivers lately, and someone found some code that said CS2, and it was directly linked to like Counter-Strike and everything, right? So whether the question is of course going to be whether it's a Source 2 implementation into Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or it's going to be an actual new kind of like revamped Counter-Strike. There's a lot of problems and implications that come with the latter, because Counter-Strike has a very, very, very big skin market. That is like so heavily invested into. Millions and millions of dollars have gone into skins. I've had some like expensive skins myself, and I've done the whole like skin trading thing and everything to try and like turn a profit, and I've sold some of my old skins to even buy some of the games that I can get these days. So it's a big thing if the skin market doesn't get pushed over into like Source 2 with its implementations. But I'm assuming Valve are very smart about it, so you know, whatever is the case, I'm sure they have a handle on it. The rumors, and this came out from Richard Lewis's article, was that there was a pro team that was actually flown out to Valve HQ in Seattle to test out this Counter-Strike Source 2 thing. Again, it's all rumors. We don't know if it's even going to happen. Apparently, it's supposed to drop within the next month or 2 months or so. So, eyes open for possibly Source 2 Counter-Strike, I guess.
If it does happen, I'm ready to waste so much time like I did before.
Yeah, no, same. I think I might like start up Counter-Strike again. It's gonna be
like
I'm ready to start up other Counter-Strike again right now.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You want to do it right now?
After I sleep.
Let's end the podcast, boys. We're gonna go play some
we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna play some Counter-Strike. Okay, but we should probably wrap this up. We're heading into the 2-hour 30 mark.
Yeah, we should start wrapping it up.
So let's go into our game recommendations. What do we got? What do we got, boys?
All right, I'll start. I am going to recommend Phantom Brigade. It is a game that recently dropped, turn-based combat with mechs. The game is like very repetitive, where it's just like you go around this giant map and you fight enemies and you get better loot, and it's like the same type of weapons and whatever. Like it gets repetitive, but the gameplay itself is very fun.
Is it like
it's tactical.
Is it like a looter shooter, or is it like a
I mean, it's like a turn-based game, right? Where you have like your 4 mechs, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just move them around each turn. There's like a timeline like they had for Final Fantasy, I believe.
Okay.
Right? And yeah, you move around, you shoot, and you get to do all these like fun tactical stuff. And the environment is what makes it like really interesting. It's like sometimes you're in a really like populated city, sometimes you're in fucking like plains, you know, right? It's fun.
Okay.
Like you have to have grassy plains and whatnot, and you have to like think around that and make your plays. It's I've been sinking a lot of hours into it. Actually, it's very unhealthy for me, but yeah.
Yo.
Faris?
It's fun.
You want me to go next? Well,
yeah.
I've been thinking really hard about this all day because I haven't bought a new game in a while. But I just want to drop Unrailed in here. It's
Unrailed.
kind of fire. Unrailed is kind of like a low-key hit.
What is it?
So it's a 4-player co-op. You can play it alone as well, but like you're basically building a railway for your train, and you're getting through getting through obstacles. You're getting resources, and you just constantly add. For the most part, you just see how far you can go.
Okay.
But it's just
all right.
It's the whole what's that game called? The other one, Overcooked sort of type of game.
The chaos with like the co-op again.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds fun.
I really
might check it out.
But it's one of those games that it's seasonal, very seasonal game.
Yeah.
Seasonal.
It's also one of the older ones.
You have more
very
fun
nice.
with friends, kind of deal. Okay. So the game I'm gonna actually recommend, and this is actually an old one, but well, old in a way. It's a classic detective game, stylistically very cool, and that's the Return of Obra Dinn. If you've seen this on
Oh, I
Steam,
love that
yeah, if
game.
you've seen this on Steam and you have not played it, please pick it
Play
up.
it.
Buy it on sale or buy it at full price. I don't care. It's a gem of a detective game, and narrative wise it's ridiculously good. If you love kind of like
Yeah.
unpacking like mystery kind of like detective murder kind of deals and everything, Return of Obra Dinn is like the shit. And if you kind of like a little bit of horror sprinkled in, it has that to offer too. So yeah,
It was amazing. It was honestly amazing game.
it was a pleasure to watch like some people play through the game, and I'm gonna pick it up
Oh, man.
eventually to play it through myself. But I know that the
Yeah,
game
I
is
played it myself, and god damn, it's an experience.
yeah,
When
exactly.
you know
So
nothing and you play it.
so hopefully you know nothing about Return of Obra Dinn. That's a good thing. Get it on sale, get it, then done. All right. So those are game recommendations done. Let's go into music. And while before I just want to shout out, like before we go into this music stuff, I just want to shout out like NF releasing like Hope and Motto, and like his new album Hope that's gonna drop I think April 7th or something. It's gonna be crazy. Everyone's gonna go through another NF phase, but the style of like this album is so different. I feel like he's portraying a different NF. He's not the broken Nate. He's the more fixed, more induced into therapy Nate. He's wearing white, not all black. The changes, the metaphors, it's crazy. But yeah, listen, go listen to Hope, go listen to Motto. It's out right now, and then go listen to his album. So yeah, let's get into song recommendations. Let's do this backwards. I'll start with mine first, I guess. The song that I'm gonna recommend is what is it called? It's from Fly By Midnight.
Fly by me.
And yeah, so I initially found these guys on TikTok, right? But their music is so nice. So the song that I'm gonna recommend is In the Night by Fly By Midnight. It's very cool. It's a very cool driving song, I feel. So, late night driving vibes. Great song to listen to. Or if you're just kind of want to just groove in your room, great song to do so. All right. Faris, you're up next.
I heard this song on TikTok too. Yeah, that's wild.
Beautiful.
Right. So my song, and I was trying to think of something not too crazy, because I listen to a lot of odd choices.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to get my taste grounded before we start spreading out. I'm trying to get some approval.
Yeah.
So there's a song called City by DBMK. They're not too popular, but this song, man, it's disguised as a really light song, kind of piano-y, like light, but then the production on the bass of this song when it comes in is like, oof. It's a good mix of like electronic, dare I say, electronic pop. It's not. I don't know. I don't know how you can genre this one. A lot of songs I listen to, you can't really genre properly.
It's a mix.
Yeah, it's a mix, but it's definitely more like poppy than electronic.
Okay.
But that's
Ali?
it.
Ali, what do you
Yeah,
got?
for me, I'm gonna recommend Breakins, especially his latest album, Hypochondriac. I've been listening to this nonstop
What a good
for like the
choice.
past 2-3 months.
It's a
A
good
lot of good
choice.
choices there. My favorite one is Deepfake. So that's the one I'll be specifically recommending. I don't even know how to explain. my man. But like the way he explains himself is glitch pop, so that's
Yeah, Breakin has always kind of been like
yeah.
that kind of artist, huh? Like he's always developing new sounds, kind of like Eden in that way. The fact that they sound
Yeah,
the same
exactly.
is funny.
They almost sound the same.
No, not
like a little while.
not like sound wise. They just voice wise they sound the same.
Yep, exactly. Their singing voice sounds very similar. For a long while, I couldn't differentiate, which is kind of embarrassing, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, amazing songs. Love to listen to them.
that's a good choice. That's a good.
I don't know how else to explain it, honestly.
Yeah, it's a good choice. It's a very interesting, I guess, like if you want to experiment with like new sounds for your ears, that's definitely a good one. That's Hypochondriac by Breakins. My favorite song actually there is Argyle, so yeah, definitely take that one to consideration
Argyle's
as well.
your favorite?
Interesting choice.
Argyle's my
Interesting
favorite.
choice.
Argyle was how I
can see
found the Hypochondriac album in the first place, and I don't know, I kind of just fell in love with it, and then I just love just finding out the other songs.
I'm forever gonna be an introvert believer. All right.
Introvert's also
Deep fake,
good.
baby,
I don't
deep
know.
fake.
We're gonna spend like so much more time like deep diving into this album if we do. But yeah, Hypochondriac, Break-ins, all the songs in there, pretty cool.
Oh, just one thing. I would recommend listening to the entire album from top to bottom because it's structured that way, and some of the songs just don't make sense if you just randomly jump into it.
Yep.
Like Argyle makes sense if you listen to it on its own, but there are some songs where it's just like, what is this
I'm
doing
just
here?
gonna
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
you this, like, listen to every fucking album, top to bottom. Don't you dare listen to it any other way the first time.
That's the rule. I think that's the rule. Like any artist that puts out an album, and especially if they specifically market it that way, listen to it top to bottom, and then
How are you? Yeah, you can
start
mix it,
shuffling. You can start shuffling afterwards. All right. This is a long one. Oh my gosh, it's so bright
I'm glad.
on your side.
I'm so glad that we all made it through the fucking
I
story.
don't think I made it. I don't think I made it, man.
Fucking San Diego, bro.
It took a lot of stamina out of me.
Okay, so
I feel a lot older.
yeah, I feel like I aged in San Diego, and I wasn't even there.
What happened
Man,
in San
okay.
Diego?
I know Vegas now. I know Vegas now. I don't need to go there anymore. I know it.
Yeah, I know
really
about the
don't.
Vegas airport quality.
At this point in time, wouldn't it? I think it'd just be more productive to gamble online.
He's got a point.
Drake does it all the
He's got
time.
a
You know,
point. Yeah, he's got a point. He's got a point. All the microtransactions in the world, all these games, so they're like loot systems. Yeah, go do that instead. You have a better time. Anyways, I think we should wrap it up here before we get into any other things.
No leakers. No leakers.
No leakers. Do you want to end off the episode, Ali, or do you want me to do it?
It's alright. You do it. I'm good.
Okay.
I don't like ending things off.
All right. Well, that's a you issue.
Weird thing to say.
That's a you issue. All right. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us on this very long-winded episode of the C.W.H podcast. Much appreciated if you actually made it all the way through here. Leave a like, subscribe. Also, tell your friends about the Spotify version of the podcast if you're listening there. The Apple one will come out eventually. They're just being a bit stubborn, So.
Oh, the Apple one did come out while you were gone, by the way.
Oh, it did.
Is up, yes.
Okay, so the Apple one is out. So yeah, we are now on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. So
to whoever said the poopy thing for $5, I won my $5.
I will treat you to a. You know what? We go out, Mama.
Give.
I will treat you out.
It was
I'll
$5
treat
each,
you for
right?
free
Give.
drinks. No, it's just $5 for me. Anyways, I'll
No,
treat.
it's $5
I
each
will
now.
look. You know what? For $10, Ali. For $10, okay. I will. Next time we go out, Mama, I will pay because we both had to sit through that San Diego story.
How about you give none of us
deal.
money and I tell you guys another story later on?
How about you guys support us on the
Bro,
podcast
just go.
and then explode us into a point where we can make money off the podcast at some point. That'd be better. That'd be better.
Oh, well,
Anyways.
Zoe.
He's
out.
gone.
This is-
He's out. Just walk off the frame. Just walk off the frame. Go. Just go. Okay. Anyways, I'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for listening in to this very long-winded episode. If you guys want to check out our socials, it should be down there below in the description on the YouTube video. This podcast is now out on Apple, and it's of course out on Spotify. So to our audio-only listeners, please do leave a follow on those respective platforms and share it around with your friends, please. We would love that. And I don't think any of us have any final words to say. One guy's already on bed, the other guy's leaning in his chair. I'm about to fucking pass out after this. So yeah, this has been the Coping Wankers Hideout.